Hey guys, what's up? Just figured I'd check in with a little update since really the only thing I've been posting lately is the guitar aerobic stuff. Just gonna go over a bit of what I've been up to and show off some stuff. So as I said, I'm still doing the guitar aerobics course. I'm currently on week 8 and still going strong, I suppose. Some of the lessons are more difficult than others, at least for me anyway. I know I really struggle with the bending exercises and some of the arpeggio ones. Not the sweep picking ones. I've actually been doing better than I thought I would at those. But yeah, so the ones I'm enjoying the most, I think, right now are the alternate picking, the sweep exercises, and the legato. Those ones I seem to spend more time on than the others because they're more fun for me and less work. So, but generally I spend between 20 and 30 minutes a day on each lesson or on each exercise. So that's how I've been doing it anyway. I think it's cool that some of you guys have really gotten into it, and I've gotten a few nice comments on it, so keep it up, and I'll keep doing it anyway, but I do enjoy the comments, and I like to hear how you guys are getting along with it, so that's cool. So I haven't been doing too many pedals lately, and that's mostly because I'm waiting on an order. I've got a few more lined up to do that I want to try, and so I've got I don't know, 6 or 7 pedals I think in the list, and one more noisemaker. I've actually started making that one. So this one here is going to be the Heterodyne Peyote Space Explorer. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you've probably seen the Heterodyne Space Explorer that I built a while ago, put it in a little Disney tin or something like that. I think it was a Disney tin. And it's a really cool noisemaker, synth, whatever you want to call it. So I'm looking forward to hear how the Peyote Space Explorer sounds. I think it'll be pretty sweet. And like I said, I've got 5 or 6 other pedals lined up to build after that. I'm just waiting on an order. And aside from that, I will show you what I've done with I had a backlog of, I think, 10 pedals or something like that I've finally gotten the chance to paint. And I haven't painted any in a long time because of the weather. I live in Canada, on the east coast of Canada, which is usually fairly humid. And this year, winter decided to hang on until like May. So I never really got a chance. You know, the temperature was too cold to be spraying paint or anything like that, so but I did finally get a chance to finish, I think, 10 pedals, so I'm going to show them off for you now. Actually, these might not be a surprise to a few of you who may follow me on Twitter, because I did post these as I was doing them. But here's the first one. This is the Love Pedal Eternity Bursts clone. So I found a cool picture of like a figure 8 nebula kind of thing that reminds me of the infinity symbol. So I just called it the Infinity Drive, and yeah, painted it. It's supposed to be like this, the color I think is supposed to be a green, but it came off more like a yellow, but it's still kind of cool. So, and I like that one. So number 2 is this Emerson Paramount clone. Now this enclosure actually had the 18-volt Sonus Screamer in it, but I took that out and trashed it. I dismantled it because it was a cool circuit, but I just didn't feel that it was good enough. Like, I don't know, it sounded good, but for some reason the volume on it, you had to really crank the volume. Like, unity gain was at almost 3/4 volume or something like that. So yeah, I decided to get rid of that, and I put an Emerson Paramount clone in it. And I've built this one before, so if you look in my channel, you'll find a demonstration of the Emerson Paramount, the first clone that I did. So this is the exact same thing, it's just in a different box. So I found a cool picture of a mountain, and I actually used the font from the Paramount movie studio for the text. So that's kind of cool. So next up we have the clone of the Earthquaker Devices Acapulco Gold, the modified one that I built with a gain control on it. So it's a cool gold color and kind of minimal in terms of any artwork or anything. I just put text on it. I thought it looked really clean like that. So I called it Mota because I love The Offspring, so that was a cool song. And Acapulco Gold is a type of marijuana, and Mota apparently is the Spanish either word or slang for marijuana, so that's that. But yeah, I thought this one came out really nice. Next one I painted was the Wampler Plexi Drive clone. That was the one that had the mishmash of knobs on it. I actually took those off and made it uniform here. So I found a cool picture of a polar bear online, and I thought Ursus would make a cool name for a drive pedal, I guess. So that's really all it is. It's just a cool picture of a bear. And the Latin, I think it's Latin for bear. That's all. I used Marshall style gold knobs for this because I felt they kind of went with the copper enclosure. And it's a Plexi Drive, so it's a Marshall basically clone. And yeah, I thought that came out really nice. So this next one, I didn't put any labels or art or anything on it, but it's one of my favorite finishes that I tried. So this is the Box of Hall Reverb, and I'm not sure how this is going to come out in the video because it's a little difficult to see unless you're really close to it, but it has this stone texture. Yeah, there you go, that's a little better. So it's a spray paint sort of finish with grit in it, and it comes out looking like stone, and it has the same sort of texture. It's really cool, actually. It's one of my favorite finishes that I've tried, and I think this makes it look really clean. And so yeah, that's that's one of my favorite ones this time. So this one here didn't come out quite as good as I hoped it would, but I think it's mostly because of the color I chose. So this is the Dimension P Chorus. I just sprayed it this really bright orange, and I made a cool label for it. And but the labels are printed on clear label paper, so whatever finish you spray underneath, it kind of adds to the color of the label. So in order to get the most accurate color representation of whatever label you print, the best color to paint your enclosure is white, because then it just comes out perfect, basically. So whenever I spray pedals, I try to pick really light colors because they show up, or the labels on really light colors show up the best. So I wasn't sure how this would turn out, but you know, you can make it out fairly well. It's not as vibrant as I would have liked it to be, but oh well, I still think it's pretty nice. So next up is the MXR Blue Box clone. I sprayed it this really dark blue sparkle, and I really like the finish, but I knew that labels probably wouldn't show up very well when I did it, so I just printed some text and kind of stuck them to it, clear coated over it. So it has this kind of label maker kind of feel to it. It probably could have came out better, but it's a nice color, and I like it. Like I said, the text is kind of subpar, but I do like it. And next one is the Shoot the Moon Tremolo pedal that I did by Culture Jam. This one I painted as silver, So this label came out really nice. I named it Project Diana because of a take on the Shoot the Moon name. What happened was in the late 40s or early 50s, I think, the US military had a project called Project Diana, and the idea of it was that they were going to fire radar waves at the moon and try to bounce them off the moon and recapture them somewhere else on the Earth. So I thought that was kind of cool, and I tied that into the whole Shoot the Moon name and project, and I think it came out pretty clean. Next one is the Chasm Reverb by Dead Astronaut. This is the only color I duplicated this time around, so this is another silver one. And I just used a simple black and white label of a artistic sort of chasm. Anyway, I think it looks pretty nice, and it ties together really well. The funny thing is, when I drilled this, I think I mentioned it in the video, when I drilled the holes for the knobs, I drilled them too close together, so I couldn't get normal sized knobs on it, and I didn't think I had any this size left. And when I actually made my order, I forgot to order some of these size knobs, so I actually I had another pedal that I built a while ago, and I used these small knobs on it. I took them off that one, put them on here, and I had one white one left. So I used the white one for the volume, and the rest so I think it ties in pretty nice anyway. At least it has knobs now, so it's a complete pedal. And last but certainly not least, this time, is the MXR Phase 90 clone. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of the Borderlands series of games, so I chose some artwork for this pedal from Borderlands 2. That's artwork of one of the characters in the game named Angel. So she's a siren, and sirens have basically magical abilities. But in the game, Angel tends to say executing phase shift quite often, so I just thought phase shift would make a nice pedal. Anyway, I like this one. This is one of the ones I'm going to keep. I'm actually going to try selling most of those pedals. I'm going to keep the Phase 90 clone and probably the Chasm Reverb, but probably the rest I'm going to try to sell and see if I can put some money back into getting more supplies for more pedals. And actually, one of the goals I've been working towards lately is I've been trying to save up for a new amplifier, and I'm not really sure exactly what I want yet. That's probably why I really haven't gone for it too. I haven't really pushed very hard to get one yet, because I'm not really sure what I want, and I don't want to spend a lot of money on an amp that I may not want in like a week. But I've been leaning very heavily towards a Randall amplifier, because I don't really mind solid state in terms of amplifiers. The cleans on most solid state amplifiers of like a certain quality and up are some of the best cleans you can get on some amplifiers, and especially Randalls. Most people know Randalls for their extreme high gain, like Dimebag Darrell and Kirk Winstein from Crowbar uses Randall, Scott Ian from Anthrax uses Randall, Ola England, all these guys. So Randalls are known for their very high gain sounds, but I don't think a lot of people realize that Randalls are also well known for their cleans. They have really nice clean channels. So I've been leaning towards Randall because I can sort of get the best of both worlds. And so Randall isn't really known for like a blues sound, but if I want to get something like that, that's what the pedals are for. So I'm hoping that with a Randall I can cover all the ground I ever want to cover. And with Randalls, they're actually some of the best solid state amplifiers you can get. So if I go Randall, I can keep the expense down, and I won't have to worry about replacing tubes or anything like that. So that's my reasoning behind it. Anyway, I think that's about it. I haven't been doing any more Silverchair lessons lately, but I do have some more planned. I think I only have one song left to do from Frog Stomp. I probably mentioned that before, and I haven't gotten to it yet, but that's probably going to be the next one I do. I'm pretty sure it's Cicada is the last one, so hopefully I'll be able to get to that sometime very soon. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough, so thanks as always for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.